for me as an umpire, it's finding, my head height, right, where I'm locked in. Where, is my catcher 6'6" or is my catcher 5'10"? Change things too. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's repetitions. It's no, it's not sexy being locked in, right? It's not. But I worked the Pioneer League. I think we talked a little bit about that. And I'm going to tell you, there's no worse feeling than a 2-2 pitch and you bang strike three and they go straight to the head and challenge, right? And you get flipped, and now we're back to 3-2. We're right at it, right? Nothing changes, and those pitches are not 6 inches off the plate that we're getting turned on.
Totally.
Those pitches are. Matter of fact, I have some TrackMan reports I'll send you of mine. When we get done, you can take a look at them and we can talk about them later. But it's that consistency. Just like you teach with catching, you want to receive that ball consistently. You want to give the umpire the same. Let's call it a window, right? A window of vision. You want to give him that same look as often as you can. It's the same for us, right? We want to be consistent. We want to see pitches where they are, right? And there's some subtle things. I think when you have let's say an outer third or an inner third pitch that is a strike, right? It's a strike. It's not a borderline pitch. You're not pushing it back. You're just catching it. I think a lot of guys will almost give up on those now because they don't have to receive it and push it, right? They want to just catch it and throw it back. I still want to see that pitch, right? It may be, and I'm not talking about a middle, right? But I'm talking in a, what is that, a 4-6 quadrant or a 9-6 up on the outer half. And, show me those pitches, right? Let me see them. Catch those just like you would anything else. And let me have my rhythm too, because if I'm in a good rhythm and you're in a good rhythm and the pitcher's in a good rhythm, then guess what? Everybody wins, right? Even if you're listening to this from an offensive perspective, you're going to see better pitches, right? If everybody's in a good rhythm, as a hitter, you want the pitcher throwing the ball around the zone so that you can see pitches to hit.
For sure. I think that, the head up thing is important too, because you're talking about, moving the ball, presenting the ball. And the reality is that like, there's a correlation between our eyes and the glove. So like if our head is not up, like we lose a ton of space to actually move the ball. So like, if I like go to the side here, it's like if my head is down here, like my glove is only going to go as high as my eyes. So I've literally like a million times done this where I'll film kids on the first day from the side and I'll like draw a line where their eye line is and their glove is right there. And then all of a sudden they get their head up. We put the glove on their head, get their head up, and that glove moves up and it moves with more speed because there's space for it to move. And it's super important, like you just said, we want to create this consistent move every single time. We want the glove to try to finish in the same spot every time.
Yep.
And if it's, if we're kind of working on this arc of like working through the ball, it's like we have to work a lot on the pitch, just middle, because we want guys to understand, like, we're trying to like receive this ball at the bottom with this move, but then the pitch comes middle and we kind of go like this and just catch it middle. And the reality is like, well, now I'm telling the umpire when it's middle, I'm just going to go like this. But when it's down at the bottom and I'm truly really trying to sell it, I'm going to give you that, right? And the reality is like we have to do a lot of work where it's like I got this PVC pipe that their glove has to work under to go out, and we're working on pitches up with that just to go present the middle one like that. So now the one at the bottom looks the same, and we're not doing the something different. And like that's why when guys on TV or they see clips on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and it's like, why is he moving that ball? It's a strike already. It's like, well, because if we want to get the ball that's borderline by moving the glove, we can't just stick the ball in the zone. I'm just, again, telling the umpire what I think is an absolute strike and what I'm trying to win. And that's where that consistency comes into play. And again, that space with the head, like you're talking about, is super important.
No, I think you're right. The more I can see the same, right, the better it is for everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another great episode. Be sure to hit like and subscribe on all platforms. And remember, to be great, it takes what it takes.